Hello everyone, and welcome to Linux Forensics here at Pentester Academy. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple script that you can use in order to extract the user history files from your image. It's similar to something we did previously with our live response, and here we just want to do the same thing and extract our image into a CSV file and optionally into the database. So how does that go? Well, here's our script. It starts out with shebang, bin bash. There's a usage, and the usage says, hey, this is a simple script to get the user histories and optionally store them in the database. How does it work? You give it the mount point of your root directory for your mounted subject system. Of course, it's mounted read-only using a script that we have from earlier. And if you give it a database name, it will try to import this information to the database as well. If you don't give me enough arguments, I give you the usage. So I first save the current directory. Then I will change to my mounted directory for my subject file system. This is to avoid having the local mount point prefaced onto each entry for the file names. So if it's mounted under media part 0, for example, I don't want that in all of my file names. So I will find in the home directories only files, please. And here's my regular expression. My regular expression says I want something under home that's a username, which is consisted of these characters and one or more of them. And then I have bash history. If I find such a file, I will exec awk on that file. So awk, I have my awk command right here, and my awk command says print out the name of the file, semicolon, and then print out that line from the file. And remember that the empty curly brackets is the name of the file. So this prints the file name, and then it prints out a semicolon, and then whatever is on each line of the file. This semicolon ends that exec command. And then I pipe this to T, and what T does is it T's the output to both the screen and to a file. And I store this in temp history CSV. I do the exact same thing for the root user. And notice that for the root user, I give T a -A option, which says, please just append to this file. Don't overwrite it. Otherwise, you would have just the root user's bash history if it exists at all. I then change back to your old directory for you. Now, if you gave me a database name, then I will first of all change the ownership on this file to MySQL. And the reason I do this, I found that sometimes you have trouble importing the file if MySQL doesn't own it. It will actually give you an error saying I can't read the file or I can't find the file when it's very clearly there. Then I use my construct, my cat less than EOF. So I take all of this stuff between here and EOF, and I pipe that to MySQL. I connect to whichever database you told me as root, and I prompt you for a password. I first create a table, and then I will load it. I call load data in file, which we've used in the past. And this one is pretty simple. There's no dates or anything complicated that need to get converted. Here's my end of file, so that's the end of my cat, and here's the end of my if statement. So that is fairly simple. Let's go ahead and run it. So I'll go to my command prompt. Some of these commands I'll need to run as root. And the first thing I need to do is I need to mount my image, which was stored under Media, File, Toshiba, Disk Images, 2015, .39 IMG, and sure enough, it's been mounted. In fact, it's even come up here in my file browser. Go ahead and I'll close that. And I can verify that it was successfully mounted using mount. And I see here it is, mounted read-only, no access time, updating. And it was ext4. So now I will go ahead and run my script. So it's get histories. I've mounted this at media part 0, and I will connect to my database case 2015-39. It does its thing, and now prompts me for my database password, and it does what it's supposed to in the database. And if I go to my database, I can see there's a new table called histories, and I can do a select from it. And I have 250 rows. Well, that's all for this video. As always, if you're enjoying these videos, please tell a friend. We'll see you soon.